Hi, time for another fishing report, this time coming up to Labour weekend. Gee, isn't it great to have extra time off and it gets you the chance to go out there and catch more fish. We love you doing that. Hey, and the great news is the weather's been fantastic. The hot, dry spring basically continues. Rivers are low, the backcountry's never looked better. I'm amazed at how few people are actually out there considering how good the rivers are. So the major rivers are a bit like what they'd be in January or February, and fish are coming up to take dry flies and you can spot them. All you fly fishermen should be out there, and all you people who are learning about soft baits and how to use hard baits on little light gear. I tell you, there's a lot of fun to be had out there. I did a bit of soft baiting myself this week. Beautiful little location, no one had really been there. Fish were a wee bit done, and then they got really bright. You know, you just got to watch out. It's the done ones that I do prefer. So if you can find yourself a spot, get out there and catch yourself fish while the conditions are so good. With the low conditions, the likes of the Waimak and the Rakaia are in really good shape, and the Kahawai have come in big numbers into the mouth of the Waimak. And I'm going to be out there tonight, but don't tell anybody, giving it a bit of a larrup, because I love catching Kahawai on light gear. There's something about using a fly rod particularly, a lot of fun on that, or else using ultra light gear. So many people go out there with salmon gear and catch Kahawai. Well, it's just overkill as far as I'm concerned. If you want to have a lot more fun, get yourself some light gear. You'll find you'll catch more fish if you go to the likes of soft baits and little wee tiny hard baits. You can enjoy yourself very much by being out there. And it's not far from Christchurch. If you live in Christchurch, it's easy to get out there, and you have a lot of fun if you get a group of you together. Whitebaiting is still going really well right through our eastern coast particularly, and I would look for the back half of the season, which is right till the end of November, to be really good at the likes of the river mouths like the Rakaia, all the little small tributaries going in, the Huranui, the Rangitata. Those rivers fish very, very well when you get to November particularly. So we get out with the dip nets, and if you're prepared to stand in the place where the current almost knocks you over, you can do really, really well. But if you want to be safer, and always wear yourself a life jacket, because your life's really worth it, you can do extremely well with those dip nets, and just make sure you've got all the bits and pieces to make it easy, because you do need to collect your whitebait without losing it. So we sell a unit that you tie onto your belt, and you can put in a lot of whitebait, just emptying your net into that to make sure you get your whitebait patties. The surf fishing's been pretty good as well around the coast. We've had spawning of elephant fish, and there's a few rig out there as well. High quality fish at the moment too. For some reason it seems to be in a really good phase, so you want to go out there and enjoy yourself, take yourself out, particularly at a high tide. And if the high tide coincides with an evening session, you can fish right into the night and do really, really well. And I know that for me, I'm going to have a bit of a go at that when I get back from holiday. The canals, well, the canals have been travelling pretty well. You might have seen some great pictures come up on our Facebook page. Certainly the quality of the fish is just outstanding. It has been harder for some because we haven't got the flow that we had earlier on in the year. And of course the fish that were spawning and were quite concentrated and gave everyone a real buzz, they've moved back towards their feeding grounds. Be prepared to walk around a little bit. And the height of the day sometimes it can be a bit tough, but if you go early morning and evening, you'll do well. I think that going out with just normal stuff like Ticers and Z spinners and Tassie Devils, that works extremely well at this time of year, especially when there's not much in the way of flow. Just be patient, get around those cages if you can, and make sure you don't catch yourself on there, because only the tackle dealers enjoy you doing that. And catch as many fish as you can by being stealthy. Think about new ways of doing things. When you go out there soft baiting, it's really important that you get as close as you can to those cages and make sure that you are letting the whole thing drift well. Use light jig heads. You get better results when you do that. Keep in touch, because often you'll just feel the littlest tiny bite. That bite is really important. It can be the difference between no fish and lots of fish. Just being able to detect that. Be an opening of a high country, and my prediction looking into the crystal ball is fantastic fishing. Get yourselves out there. It's low and it's been clear. The fish are in really good condition because they haven't been beaten up by bad weather. So I would expect to see the likes of the major lakes like Coleridge and Pearson and all those others that are going to be opening up on the first Saturday in November. They're going to be looking really good. Get yourself out there. If you've got a boat, gee, you're lucky, get out there and catch yourself a whole pile of fish. I'm going to be away on holiday for the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm up into the top of Australia, and we're going to have a bit of a look with my wife and I at Cairns and Cooktown, and then we're going to just quietly come down all the coast. I'm told to watch out for crocodiles. My wife has given me strict instructions not to get eaten, but I want to make sure that I still have a bit of a go chucking out some lures along that coast. I'm told I've got to stay 8 feet away from the water, and crocodiles move very fast.
Oh, crikey!
There you go. But looking forward to getting into that. So there might be a wee delay in getting another report out to you. Please understand why.
We're sorry. We're sorry. Sorry.
But we will be back. We're committed to making sure that you've got some tools to get out there and enjoy yourself when you do. Make sure that you are prepared to get out there and have a good time. Come and see the guys here. They'll always have an understanding of what's going on. We're at 484 Cranford Street. Have a look online. We've got a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of new stock coming in. And of course, we've got a Facebook page, which is always active. Come along, join it, and you'll learn lots of things. Our emphasis is to try and give you tools to catch more fish. We are all about you having a good time. If you have a good time, builds my business, builds your fishing career, we've got to be better off.